Lisa Ling's name has long been associated with fearless journalism and powerful storytelling. From her early days as a co-host on Channel 1 News to her time on The View, and later CNN's This Is Life with Lisa Ling, she built a reputation for diving deep into stories that most networks overlooked. Her career was fueled by passion, curiosity, and a relentless drive to give a voice to people often ignored by mainstream media. But behind the polished professionalism and the Emmy-winning documentaries, Lisa Ling's personal life has been filled with struggles and heartbreak that many fans never realized. A childhood marked by pain. Lisa was born in Sacramento, California in 1973 to immigrant parents from Taiwan. While her upbringing instilled values of hard work and discipline, it was not free of hardship. Her parents divorced when she was just 7 years old, leaving her and her younger sister Lavra to navigate the emotional aftermath. Divorce left a lasting mark on Lisa. She has spoken candidly about how the separation shaped her perspective on family and relationships. Though she remained close to both parents, the experience planted an early sense of instability in her young life, a shadow that followed her into adulthood. The family tragedy that changed everything. One of the most heartbreaking moments of Lisa's life came when her grandmother passed away suddenly in a car accident. Lisa was only in her teens, and the tragedy shook her to her core. She has described her grandmother as one of her most influential figures, a woman who embodied resilience, compassion, and strength. Losing her in such a sudden, tragic way left a hole that Lisa still carries. This personal tragedy became one of the driving forces behind her journalism. She often says that it gave her a deeper empathy and urgency in telling the stories of people experiencing grief and hardship around the world. The pain of her sister's imprisonment, perhaps the most public and painful chapter of Lisa Ling's life, came in 2009 when her younger sister Lavra Ling was captured and imprisoned in North Korea while working on a documentary about human trafficking. For months, Lisa and her family lived in agonizing uncertainty. Lavra faced a 12-year sentence of hard labor, and international negotiations dragged on while the world watched. Lisa described the experience as one of the darkest times in her life. She threw herself into advocacy, pleading with U.S. officials to secure her sister's release. Eventually, after a dramatic intervention led by former President Bill Clinton, Lavra was freed. But the scars of that ordeal left an indelible mark on Lisa and her family. She has admitted that even years later, the memory of nearly losing her sister to one of the world's most secretive regimes still haunts her. Silent struggles with fertility and motherhood behind her thriving career, Lisa also faced deeply personal challenges in starting a family. She and her husband Paul Song went through heartbreaking miscarriages before finally welcoming their 2 daughters. Lisa has bravely opened up about the pain of pregnancy loss, describing it as one of the most isolating and devastating experiences of her life. Her decision to speak publicly about miscarriages helped break the stigma and encouraged countless women to share their own stories. But the emotional toll it took on her personally is something that still lingers, balancing fame with personal pain. Despite her struggles, Lisa has never allowed herself to be defined solely by tragedy. She continued to push boundaries in her journalism, traveling to war zones, exploring taboo subjects, and amplifying marginalized voices. But even while appearing strong and confident on screen, she quietly carried the weight of her family's hardships and her own private grief. The contrast between her fearless public persona and the pain she endured behind closed doors reveals just how much strength it takes to live in the spotlight while carrying such heavy burdens. Final thoughts. Lisa Ling's story is a reminder that even those who seem to have it all, success, fame, and respect, are not immune to life's most painful challenges. From her parents' divorce to her grandmother's tragic death, her sister's terrifying imprisonment, and her own struggles with fertility, Lisa has faced more heartbreak than many realize, and yet she has used every painful experience to fuel her empathy, her journalism, and her advocacy. Her ability to turn personal tragedy into compassion for others has made her not only a respected journalist but also an inspiring figure who shows that strength is often born from sadness.